Welcome back. This go round, I'm going to take a look at the King of Fighters 94, and not only so much an interview, is more of a video response to, I think his name is SuperHighTechGamer. Really cool guy. He put up a video on this game showing his love for it, his memories, etc. So I'm going to do the same. So basically, King of Fighters 94, the story revolves around a guy named Rugal Bernstein, who's a criminal warlord who is a skilled fighter and is basically hosting a tournament for other fighters around the world. He has them basically form teams. They have to fight each other to get up to him, etc., etc. Very, very cliche, basic, same old blah blah. Game is rated at 196 megs, I believe, and of course came out in 1994. So let's just take a look at it. I'm going to do team play. Do normal, what the hell. Basically, you have a light punch, hard punch, light kick, hard kick. And the most significant revolutionary feature in here is your ability to sidestep or dodge an attack or a projectile. And it is the first time in any fighting game that was completely different, of a different way of doing something in order to avoid attack, like doing something defensively. Alright, let's just pick Fatal Fury. What the hell? Everybody's familiar with them. And the thing is that, like I said, what makes this game revolutionary is this was the first fighting game to feature battle teams. And it was one of the first games to actually do crossover. Now, not crossover in the sense we know it now with, Street Fighter Cross Tekken or anything, but it was basically SNK crossing over their various IPs, or intellectual properties. And meaning doing Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, the Akari Warriors, and the Psycho Soldiers. Now, the Akari Warriors was an arcade game, also came home to the Nintendo Entertainment System. Psycho Soldier, I don't know, maybe. I haven't played that game. So, there's a lot of cool game characters in here, and basically Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury were actually put into the mix for the older players. And some of the newer characters were put in for the younger players. So, to basically attract all groups of people. So, yeah, basically, like I said, you have the ability to dodge an attack by pushing A and B, as you see. That was never done. And in some ways, it's good. Some ways, it's cheap. Later on, it will get replaced with a roll. But, some people like it, some don't. It depends really on your preferences, but certain King of Fighters, they allowed you the option to choose. So, like I said, you have teams of 3. The only thing that's negative about having the teams of 3 is you can't basically make up your own team. That comes 95, and so of course the most current one, 13. So, yeah. Also, you have a power meter at the bottom that you can press A, B, and C, and you can fill it up in order to do like a death blow. So, which is really cool, and you can actually do it when your life meter is flashing red also. And yeah, and also C&D is you can actually just do a knockdown blow, where it just basically kick your opponent out of the way. You can do one on ground or in the air. But like I said, the one thing that stands out about this game is a lot of the awesome intros, and seeing that as a kid in the arcade, man, this game, like, to me, was like the fucking shit. And even today it still is. And not even so much the graphics and the intros, but probably one of the best things about this game is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is really outstanding. And the controls are pretty tight. Sometimes there's missteps here and there, but for the most part, all moves and combinations come out fairly easy, Now, the combinations started to get a little bit better as time went on, So as the time kept on going on, it became more refined, more polished, Also, this is a nice little intro. Also, you'll see your team members standing in the background, either cheering, like basically cheering animations, or they'll basically just have an animation where like they'll just look at you like a dumb fuck if you get hit. And they're not just there to actually just be spectators. They actually can help you out. Like if you become dizzy and you push A, B, and C, sometimes your character will actually fly in from the background to the foreground to assist you. So it's kind of sort of like an assist that you would have like much later on in games featured, but it's usually if you're dizzy or you're grabbed, it can be done. And the team I'm fighting now is the Psycho Soldier team. I don't think I've ever played the Psycho Soldier games. But, I don't know if they're any good or not, to be honest with you. But, yeah, and this game came out, like, God, there's, like, an abundance of this game. You can find it on, all the virtual nonsense and the, SNK Volume 1, the Orochi Collection, and there's nowhere you cannot not find King of Fighters. And it's a really fun game to play. I don't care if you're just a casual fan or you're hardcore. It's just a really nice, well put together game. Now, there is some bit of balance issues amongst certain characters, but a lot of that kind of got hashed out as time went on. So, you know, the game isn't 100% perfect, but it does a real good job. And like I said, this was the game that made me just basically give up my Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, whatever the hell I had at the time, to put towards not only system, but the games and all. That's how impressed I was with this game. And had it ever since. And, like I said, it's really awesome, and, like I said, this is the game that really gave Capcom a run for its money, because while Capcom kept on rehashing, SNK was making fighting games, but they were trying to be innovative. And this is one of the games that, you know, kind of, I wouldn't say brought them on the map, but really made them stand out. Because it wasn't rehashing whatever Capcom was doing. They were taking their ideas and putting them into effect and trying to create something different into the fighting game landscape. Because since the fighting game scene was becoming so saturated, SNK wanted something that would make them stand out, and this game definitely made them stand out. That, in fact, in 1994, Electronic Game Monthly gave this the Game of the Year, I believe, or Fighting Game of the Year. And a lot of other magazines gave it, like, shit tons of accolades. And rightfully so, actually. Because, like I said, it's a game that was actually changing. And, of course, later on, you would get, you know, the Marvel verses and the Street Fighter verses and all that. But this is the game that it's credit with doing it. And just making it something, you know, now it's just a household thing with, you know, Street Fighter Cross Tekken and all that other nonsense. And basically where it came from. Alright then, like I said, you really need to check this game out. It's really outstanding. I mean, it might be a little bit on the, how would they say, this is one of my favorite stages and background. It might be a little bit on the outdated as far as the graphics, but as far as gameplay, sound, it's just amazing. It still even holds up today. So I want to thank SuperHighTechGamer for putting up the vid, dude. Really awesome. Like I said, I'll put a link down in the bottom thingamabobber. And yeah, so check his channel out. Really nice guy, well spoken. Definitely a cool YouTuber. Alright, like I said, I'm going to leave you a little bit of extra gameplay. I hope, like I said, you check this game out. I urge you to. For the casual or the hardcore, give it a go. You can't go wrong. Alright then, take care.